Steelers fans, it's that exciting time again when training camp kicks off and we get our first real glimpse of the team shaping up for the season ahead. Yesterday marked day one out at La Trobe, and it was a sight to behold. Almost the entire squad suited up, helmets on, out on the grass, working hard even if the pads hadn't quite come on yet. It's that early phase of preparation where energy is high, hopes are fresh, and we start to piece together what this Steelers team might look like. When the regular season finally arrives, there was a noticeable absence, though, as one player remained sidelined with a minor injury. John Smith, a name that has quickly become a hot topic around here, was not fully participating. But I caught a glimpse of him throwing passes from the jugs machine well after practice had ended. Now, that's telling in itself. You don't spend extra time catching footballs if you're truly nursing something serious. It hints that his injury is manageable, and we should expect him back on the field sooner rather than later. Once John is fully back in the mix, the Steelers will have something truly remarkable on their hands. Imagine this: 3 tight ends, breaking from the same huddle, lining up together on the field, ready to execute plays that could redefine how this offense operates. For the hardcore Steelers historians out there, yes, the franchise has experimented with multiple tight ends in past seasons, but 3 versatile, highly skilled players all being utilized dynamically in the same set. That's a fresh chapter, something we haven't quite seen before in Pittsburgh. What makes this especially intriguing is the caliber of talent involved. The team has recently added a player who caught 88 passes last season, ranking 4th highest in the entire league. That's an exceptional volume. And now he's joining a group that already boasts Freiermuth and Darnell Washington, 2 tight ends with plenty of ability and promise. But building such a weapon isn't as simple as just stacking talent on the roster. It requires mature leadership, sharp coaching, and clever offensive schemes. Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, is known for his fondness for tight ends. But this level of utilization is next-level strategic planning. At the core, though, it demands a quarterback with the vision and skill to orchestrate it all. Enter Aaron Rodgers, the man who can see the entire field, read defenses in real time, and deliver pinpoint throws to multiple targets. Rodgers has the unique ability to balance spreading the ball around without becoming predictable. That's vital, because while the tight end room is loaded, Rodgers still has other key weapons in the mix. DK Metcalf, for example, remains an essential part of the receiving corps, alongside several wide receivers and running backs who can all catch passes effectively. This offense could end up being one of the most multifaceted and dangerous units in the NFL, if they get it right. When I caught up with Freiermuth after practice, I asked the question that's probably on every fan's mind. With so many talented players vying for targets, are there enough footballs to go round? Freier's answer was clear and pragmatic. The goal, he said, is to spread the ball and avoid predictability. With the talent at quarterback, on the offensive line, and across the skill positions, the offense is equipped to do just that. The preseason will be the proving ground to figure out how each player fits into the system and how they'll maximize their collective strengths. It's a delicate balance, of course. Nobody on the tight end squad, whether it's Freiermuth, Washington, or newcomer Connor Hayward, is likely thrilled about more competition for receptions. But the professionalism required in these locker rooms means embracing new talent rather than resenting it, and Freier demonstrated exactly that attitude. He shared how he immediately reached out to John Smith when the news broke that he was joining the team, welcoming him into the tight end room and setting the tone for collaboration rather than rivalry. Conversations between Freier and Arthur Smith also revealed the detailed planning underway to utilize these players effectively. And Rodgers, he's obviously the quarterback who needs to make all these pieces fit on the field, using his experience and skill to make the right decisions and distribute the ball smartly. Freier also opened up about his contract extension, a 4-year deal worth $48 million that keeps him with the Steelers through the 2028 season. With that kind of commitment, there's a lot riding on his shoulders. He knows he has to be a difference maker, someone who pushes the team toward a Super Bowl victory. His words reflected not only pride, but responsibility and a long-term mindset, showing he fully embraces his role as a leader and a key contributor. Washington's perspective added another layer to this story. When asked about the arrival of John Smith, he didn't see it as a threat to his own opportunities, but rather as a boost for the team. He acknowledged John's experience and skill, especially since John has worked with Arthur Smith before, bringing valuable insights and leadership to the group. Washington appreciates the chance to learn from a seasoned pro and sees this as a step forward for the entire tight end room. Looking at the Steelers' tight end depth chart before John Smith arrived and comparing it to today, it's clear this is a unique group. Without digging into every team across the league, it's hard to imagine any roster boasting deeper or more versatile tight end talent. That's not just a strength in numbers but a strategic weapon that opposing defenses will struggle to contain. Defenses can prepare for a few key players, but when you have three dynamic tight ends who can all create mismatches and stretch the field, it puts coordinators in a tough spot. They can draw up all the coverage schemes they want, but the Steelers have the tools to beat them in multiple ways. A perfect example of this came during practice, when Washington found himself open 38 yards downfield for a precise throw from Mason Rudolph. The way he turned on the speed, facing off against the smaller cornerback, was a striking reminder of just how dangerous this offense can be when these pieces come together. It's a fascinating situation unfolding here in Pittsburgh, an offense that could surprise many with its creativity and firepower, of course. Beyond the tight ends and quarterback, this team features a cast of notable players that fans have long admired. I saw Jalen Ramsey come off the field, and I couldn't help but remember his dominant performances against the Steelers in playoff battles, especially during his time in Jacksonville. But now, seeing him integrated here, it feels like just one more piece of a very talented puzzle. None of these players need extra hype. They've earned their reputations on the field over years of hard work and big moments. But what truly matters is what they do next season and beyond. The presence of Aaron Rodgers and Latrobe brought its own unique energy. For those who grew used to seeing Russell Wilson under center, Rodgers represents a new chapter, a different style, and a level of experience few quarterbacks possess. There wasn't the typical "Aaron, we love you" roar from the crowd, but rather a quiet acknowledgement of something special when Rodgers threw the ball. Even without seeing his number, you could recognize the release, the touch, and the precision that made him one of the all-time greats in Green Bay. It was surreal to see him donning the Steelers uniform, leading this offense in person. The crowd's reaction to Rodgers was fascinating, not a frenzy, but a sense of disbelief mixed with respect. It's the feeling that this is real, that the Steelers have somehow added one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history to their roster. Meanwhile, when players like DK Metcalf approached the sidelines, the cheers were loud and familiar, reflecting his established place with the fans. All these pieces together create a buzz unlike any other offseason in recent memory. The talent, the experience, and the fresh energy combine to make this Steelers team one to watch closely as the season approaches. The challenge ahead will be integrating all this potential into a cohesive, winning formula. And if they manage that, we could be witnessing something truly special here in Pittsburgh. Stepping back into the scene at Latrobe, the energy felt electric. But it was different from what Steelers fans have been accustomed to over the past few seasons. The arrival of Aaron Rodgers has shifted the dynamic in a way that is subtle but unmistakable. Watching him operate in practice, you can see the calm confidence that defines his play. This is a quarterback who has been through countless high-pressure situations and knows exactly how to read a defense, adjust on the fly, and deliver the football with surgical precision. The way he moves through his progressions, scanning the field with those sharp eyes, gives the offense a new kind of rhythm. There's a sense that he's not just throwing the ball, he's orchestrating an entire symphony of plays, designed to keep the defense guessing and create opportunities for his teammates. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most shocking moves of the NFL offseason, whispers are swirling around Pittsburgh that the Steelers are closing in on a blockbuster deal to acquire star wide receiver DAVANTE Adams from the Los Angeles Rams. If true, this would represent a seismic shift in the league's landscape, instantly transforming the Steelers' offense into one of the most explosive and feared units in football. Rumors first began circulating late last night after several insiders hinted that talks between the Steelers and Rams front offices had heated up, with Pittsburgh aggressively pursuing Adams to bolster their receiving corps. The Steelers, long known for their tough defense and physical style, appear ready to embrace a more dynamic, high-octane attack centered around one of the league's most prolific pass catchers. Adams, who has dazzled with his route running hands and ability to make contested catches, would immediately become the focal point of Pittsburgh's offense. providing quarterback Kenny Pickett with a premier weapon. Though details remain murky and no official confirmation has been made, sources suggest the Steelers may have offered a combination of draft picks and promising young talent to sway the Rams. This potential trade would mark a bold shift for Pittsburgh, signaling their intent to compete at the highest level in an era where elite receivers are game changers. The Rams, on their end, might be willing to part ways with Adams in pursuit of rebuilding or redirecting their offensive strategy, especially considering salary cap implications. Should this deal materialize, the ripple effects across the NFL would be enormous. The Steelers would instantly climb the ranks among the most dangerous offenses, pairing Adams with emerging stars to create a truly galactic attack. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing with speculation about how this addition could impact Pittsburgh's playoff chances and long-term trajectory. For now, the NFL community watches and waits as this potential blockbuster continues to unfold. Could the Steelers really pull off this stunning coup? Only time will tell, but the mere possibility has already set the football world on fire. Stay tuned as we bring you the latest updates on what might be the most sensational trade rumor of the year. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.